Welcome back. So new numbers out this week show that more than 500 women will be campaigning for the U.S. House, the U.S. Senate, or governor's offices in their respective states. And if you think that's a big number, the thing is it's not. It's a huge number. Kathy Allen is a longtime Democratic political consultant here in Seattle. You work boots on the ground recruiting female candidates, training female candidates. Were you surprised when you saw that number this week?
I'm still surprised. Are you kidding? Actually, nationally, we were just in Washington, D.C., talking to a number of these women that are running. And frankly, I was surprised because it's the governor's races that are really the ones. We only have 4 women that right now are serving. And right now what we find is that they're everywhere. I mean, we have 75 women running for governors someplace in the country. And it's not just there. I got to warn you, the number of women that are coming out to run here in Washington State is already a new high. These are women that are running for the state legislature, House and Senate. These are the women that have already, they've said, I'm going to run, filed their papers with the Public Disclosure Commission, and they're running.
And you said the boots on the ground, the training, the people who are showing up to volunteer. I mean, it's just everywhere, this groundswell of support. What's behind all of this?
Well, the National Women's Political Caucus just held a meeting last Sunday in terms of just the Washington Women's Political Caucus chapter. Incredible things happening. You know, we usually get, like, you beg 20 people to come to the annual meeting. You know, you end up having 100 women. Probably half were women of color, which was just a heartbeat away from just ecstasy for us. And we were just thinking, okay, this is how it's going to be. Well, we not only have practically sold out one training, we have a training right now for any woman who is brave enough to step up this year. The first training is March the 10th, and it's going to be in Everett. The second's going to be in Highline. That's going to be March 30th. And now we just find out that there's a need for another one, and we're going down to Vancouver to do another. Just got information from Eastern Washington. There's a massive number of women wanting Walla Walla. I mean, places that it's unbelievable to me that we even have women running for any office, because in places like Walla Walla, they've never had women running. And the fact is, it's huge.
Yeah, this is a seismic shift in the way we think, in the culture. Yeah. What could this mean? I mean, we saw a wave last year of new female leadership. I mean, if even half of these women are elected, that is a massive shift in state houses, potentially in Washington, D.C. What could that mean for, you know, everyday voters or folks who are just out living their lives?
You know, it'd be wrong to say that it's going to bring cataclysmic changes. It's going to bring practical changes.
Yeah.
As opposed to sessions that last for 8 months. The fact is that what it's likely to mean is that you'd get out on time in terms of our own state legislature. We'd be worried more about that 17% property tax increase. We'd be taking a look at all of the different kinds of programs that matter most to families, which really has to do with things like, hey, how about these schools? Can we finally get these schools together? Can we actually get a healthcare system that works for all? And frankly, can we really have a place where we really aren't falling into this political partisan divide? Can't we just get more done? Women have a need, particularly this last year. I don't have to tell you, guys have been as much a mover and shaker of what's going on. We have guys that are now joining the Women's Political Caucus. Can you imagine? In all of that, what's happened is that we find that more than ever, women are getting up because they say, I can't believe how stupid some of these men really are. Now, yes, the sexual assault, the sexual harassment, turning on the TV every Sunday and seeing all of the different award shows where all they talk about are women's empowerment and so on, these things matter. It's a cumulative kind of energy that makes a woman take the first step. And that's what we're seeing now.
Do you think it is a genuine shift in our culture? Is this the new normal, or is this a blip in the radar?
It's a catch-up. It's definitely the catch-up call. And like I said, it's because last year we had all of those men voting for women, and more importantly, we had all these young people deciding to vote. And finally, women were voting for women. Not always as large a deal as you think. So I have to say that, you know, usually women are more cautious when they're voting for women. I don't vote for a woman just because she's a woman. Well, they did last year say, I'm going to read what these women stand for, and then I'm going to vote for them.
Really, last question, only a couple seconds left. I know that you are generally on the Democratic side of things, but what I really find interesting here is this trend is, like, there are Republican women running too. This is kind of across all partisan things, which I think is fascinating.
Not only is it fascinating, it's needed. And that's the Women's Political Caucus is a nonpartisan organization. We're out there now recruiting Republican women who are pro-choice, activists in their community, who have paid their dues in terms of really caring about families and kids. candidates. So, yeah, you bet. This is going to be a quantum leap year and a catch-up year. And from there, maybe policies will get better.
All right, Kathy Ellen, thank you very much. We appreciate you being here. Back to you guys.